I want to talk specifically about this extra $600 a week in unemployment benefits that expired. Two top Obama economic officials, Tim Geithner and Jason Furman, wrote in June that extending $600 quote, does not make sense now. You're standing firm on that number, on that $600. Why are you insisting on that as opposed to having a compromise with the Republicans so that people out there who are hungry, who desperately need that money, could get something rather than nothing, which is what they have now?
Well, let's just say that the $600, many economists tell us, I didn't even see that on their part, many economists tell us that that has kept many millions of people out of poverty, A. B, what they put on the floor of the House Senate last week was $200.
Okay, so
$200,
you have 600, they have 200. What about 400? I mean, that seems like a pretty clear compromise.
What the president proposed yesterday at his country club, surrounded by his people who must spend thousands of dollars to join, is something that won't even work. He's talking about, well, I'll put up 400 and the states will put up 100.
Right, he's talking about executive action, which is questionable. I'm talking about doing it the right way.
I'm saying that what he put forth is not even workable.
Would you do $400 extra?
I'm not negotiating that right here. It depends on what else is in the bill. It depends on what else is in the bill. When they have $250,000 for food, nothing for elections, withholding funds from schools who want to open up virtually, and the rest. Again, no money for those who will be evicted, because that's the same kitchen table. I either get this money and I can help me pay the rent, or I don't get this.
I understand you don't want
I get no money to pay the rent.
I understand you don't want to negotiate with me, but my question is, are Republicans right when they say you will not come off of your $600 number, you will not come off of other figures, other policy initiatives that you want,
well, some
and that's
of them,
why,
no.
and that's why you're at stalemate?
Yeah, no, that's not why we're at stalemate. We're not at stalemate because the Republicans have, from the start, never understood the gravity of the situation that we are in. They have called it a hoax. They've called it their delay, denial, distortion of this pandemic. And we cannot open our economy or open our schools safely unless we address the pandemic. So the basic thing is they have ignored that. The problem has grown, and it has become an enormous economic problem.
Do you take any responsibility, Madam Speaker, for the fact that this is stuck?
Others have said, the chairman of the Fed, other economists have said, pay now or pay more later. So what we're saying is, let's help those who need it the most. Let's send our children safely to school. Let's make sure they have food, make sure their families are not evicted, make sure that their grandparents are not getting their.
But right now they have nothing, as you well know, because those things expired. So.
Well, what do you think that get out of a $250,000 food designation in the Republican plan? In other words, you're acting as if there's some great big thing that they're proposing.
I'm not. I'm asking if there's room for compromise on your end.
Of course there's room for compromise, but you have to see the entire package.
So I want to ask about that. The next spending deadline, as you know better than I, for Congress to take action is September 30th. So